What's up, Interweb? RhyQuinn here, and welcome to my team analysis video for PPL Division 2 Season 2 Week 9. Now, this week we are playing Jordinez and the Southampton Sneasels, but before we get into the team analysis side of this video, let's take a look at the league table now. I'm actually recording this video before all the Week 8 matches have been played, reason being I'm actually playing in a couple of days, and I need to get this recorded as soon as possible, and this is the only chance I'm going to be getting to record in the next few days because there's construction work going on in my flat. I'm only able to record after they've left during the day, and I don't have that much time before I need to record, and then I need to stream, and I'm going to edit during the day tomorrow, so I need to record this in advance, so I'm recording it before all the Week 8 matches have been done, so I don't know where we are on the table, but I know the highest we can be is 9th. We may be lower than that depending on other results, I don't know, but you'll see on the screen right now where we are. But it's not good. At the very least, Evelyn is above us, and she's 6 points in front of us. I'm not happy about that. We're still yet to play her. We play her in the last week of the season, week 11. We need to win out the season right now. We need to win out the season to get a better record than last season and the season before. In the last two seasons in the PPL, I finished 4-7. I wanted, in this season, at least to have a better record than 4-7. To get that, I need to win out the season. So that's not good. And if I want to tie with my record, I can lose one more game. That's it. So this isn't looking too good right now, but we'll see what we can do. In the Golden Pokeball Award, again, not all the matches have been played, so it won't have been updated by the time I'm recording this, but I'm hoping that Slowking is still in the top 10. It might not be. It depends around a few other things, but Slowking might be in the top 10, or it might be just outside it. I can't quite tell just yet. But hopefully we got some other ones up there somewhere. I don't know. But I'll have to see afterwards. But anyway, League Table Golden Pokeball Award done. Now, let's take a look at the teams. Now, Jordinez is one of my favourite people ever. He is responsible for me being able to stream. He's the person responsible for me being able to do a lot of things I can do with my capture card because he gave me his capture card. I eventually bought it off him, but initially he just gave it to me because he was taking a break from YouTube. He was like, hey, I have a capture card here, do you want it? So he is one of the best people ever, and I owe him a lot. But that does not mean I'm taking it easy on him in this match. So, let's take a look at the teams. Now, there was a transfer window, but again, I didn't make any changes. It was the last transfer window of this season, so it's the last chance I had to make a change. But I didn't feel like changing much, didn't feel like changing anything. I didn't feel like I could sacrifice anything. There weren't any trades that were made to me that I felt like taking. There weren't any... I felt like if I dropped something to pick something up, I'd be losing stuff. I wouldn't be gaining anything that I particularly needed, so I left the squad as is. So, Nidoqueens Spark Rangers for the final 3 weeks of the season are going to be Sylveon, Hippowdon, Shaman, Slowking, Forretress, Mega Garchomp, Stoutland, Ampharos, Weezing, and Pyroar. Now, Jordan and the Southampton Sneasels can be bringing Garchomp, Skarmory, Mega Gardevoir, Greninja, Heliolisk, Arcanine, Mienshao, and Dusknoir. Now that Greninja is Torrent Greninja, not Protean. But that's very scary. Dragon Fairy Steel of Garchomp, Skarmory, Mega Gardevoir is spooky. And then he has some really strong threats on top of that. Greninja and Heliolisk and Mienshao, Arcanine, they're all very, very strong ones. Dusknoir actually complements it quite well. He's got Spin Blocker. That thing's quite bulky as well and can hit decently hard back. Again, doesn't have the strongest stab moves, but its coverage moves are quite nice, quite hard hitting. So, there's a few things I'm a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Not scared. There's a few things I'm a bit hesitant about. A few things I'm looking out for. One of them being Mega Gardevoir. That's a Pokemon. If he's bringing Mega Gardevoir, which I expect him to because it does a lot, what I'm expecting is a quick, offensive Mega Gardevoir, enough speed to outspeed Mega Garchomp, and what I'm expecting is a Mega Gardevoir that has Hyper Voice, Hidden Power Fire, a Psychic move, probably Psychic, I'd say, Hyper Voice, Hidden Power Fire, Psychic, and then maybe something else like, maybe like a team support move like Wish or Or maybe like Toxic or something. Maybe Substitute. He can maybe bring a Substitute Mega Gardevoir, and that would be very, very scary if he does. An offensive sub Mega Gardevoir is a scary one. So he could very well be bringing that. And that absolutely destroys my team. Sylveon, Hippowdon, Shaman, Slowking all take neutral from Hyper Voice, which hits like a truck. Fortress, HP Fire, Mega Garchomp, the Hyper Voice. Stoutland, neutral from Hyper Voice. Ampharos, neutral from Hyper Voice. Weezing takes super effective from Psychic. And Pyroar, even though Hyper Voice is resisted, it's still going to be an easy 2-hit KO. So, and also Psychic is ow. So my team gets absolutely destroyed by Mega Gardevoir. And I don't have much to outspeed it. Shaman is a speed tie with max speed Gardevoir, and Pyroar is the only thing that outspeed it, but can't OHKO it. So it's not looking good, if I'm honest. Mega Gardevoir is definitely going to be a problem, and if he brings a quick one like I'm expecting, it's going to be very, very ow for me. Now, what I noticed as well on his team, he has a lot of quick Pokemon. A lot of mons that are way over base 100. He's got Garchomp at 102, Mega Gardevoir at 100, Greninja at 122, Heliolisk at 109, Mienshao at 105. Like, he's got quite a lot of quick ones, plus Arcanine at 95 as well. And on my team, I have Shaman at base 100 and Pyroar at 106, and then that's it. So Heliolisk and Greninja outspeed everything on my team. Mienshao outspeeds everything barring Pyroar. And Garchomp, same concept for Garchomp as well. And Arcanine is only outsped by Shaman and Pyroar. So his mons are very, very quick compared to mine. But I'm hoping what that means is that he is going to be bringing a lot of timid and jolly Pokemon, which means he'll be missing out on power. Because I do have ones that are kind of close. Aside from Greninja, Heliolisk is going to put, I think, enough speed to outspeed max speed Pyroar. Garchomp will be running enough speed to outspeed Shaman. Mienshao, same thing. And Mega Gardevoir will be running enough speed to outspeed Mega Garchomp, or it might just be running max speed to speed type as Shaman. So I feel like he's going to be bringing a lot of jolly and a lot of timid Pokemon, which means he might, hopefully, be missing out on a bit of power. And that'd be really great if he does, because I'm kind of banking on it. But definitely biggest threat for him, Mega Gardevoir, hands down. No questions asked. Definitely Mega Gardevoir. On my side, my biggest threat, I think I'm going to say Sylveon on this occasion. Reason being, Hyper Voice does a lot. When he has Garchomp, Mega Gardevoir, Greninja, Heliolisk, Mienshao, Dusknoir, all take at least neutral, if not super effective from Hyper Voice. And then Skarmory and Arcanine are the only two things that resist, but I can still do pretty good damage to them with a couple of moves that I'm packing. So, Sylveon's looking pretty good. I think it can do a lot of work for this match, so I'm hoping it can do things. So, let's get into the team that I brought to try and face Jordan this week. Now, the first mon on the team is Dark Flat the Ampharos, holding the leftovers with Static, max HP 124 in defense and 132 in special defense with a Calm Nature, Volt Switch, Hidden Power Ice, Heal Bell, and Toxic. This is very self-explanatory. This is a mixed defensive Ampharos. I can switch into Heliolisk pretty well. I can switch into Greninja fairly well. Depending, because I'm expecting a mixed Greninja with something like Scald, Ice Beam, Gunk Shot, and maybe U-Turn, maybe something like that. So I can switch into Greninja fairly well. If he wants to U-Turn on me, that means he's going to be risking a Static and getting paralyzed. If he wants to go for any kind of coverage move, if he wants to go for a Scald, Ice Beam, Gunk Shot, I can take all of those, no problem whatsoever. Heliolisk I can switch into fairly decently. If he's a timid Life Orb set, I take less than half from a Hyper Voice from Heliolisk, which is great. And obviously I can't do much back, only having Volt Switch, HP Ice, but I can Toxic it, which would be great, to try and wear that thing down a little bit more. And yeah, I've got Heal Bell in case things get statused. He's got Dusknoir, which is not nice. He's got things like Arcanine, which might be spreading around status. Garchomp, Skarmory, Mega Gardevoir, they all compact Toxic very effectively, so I'm expecting to be able to use Heal Bell at some point. Ampharos can take hits decently well. With leftovers, I'm going to be getting that passive recovery back, and I can Heal Bell, Toxic things around and Volt Switch HP Ice things in the face. Now, Volt Switch obviously going to be going across this whole team aside from the Garchomp, which is why I have HP Ice if that was to switch in. Toxic is going to be my main way to try and deal with Mega Gardevoir, I feel. So, because I don't have that much coverage that can hit it too hard, especially with what I'm bringing. So I'm going to be relying on Toxic, I'm going to be relying on chip damage, and I'm going to be relying on a couple of hard hitters just to come in and finish the job. That's what I'm hoping for. It's going to be tough because, again, you know, it can pack Wish and all that stuff, and that's not going to be fun. But you never know. We'll have to see how it goes. Now, that's Dark Flap the Ampharos. Next one on the team, like I said, my biggest threat that I singled out is going to be Sylvie off the Sylveon, holding the choice specs with Pixelate, 160 in HP, max special attack, and 96 in speed with a modest nature, Hyper Voice, Hidden Power, Rock, Baton Pass, and Reflect. Now, choice specs with only 2 attacking moves. It's all I need. Hyper Voice, like I said, it hits everything at least neutral and is the hardest thing I can hit every single thing on his team aside from Skarmory and Arcanine. Now, I don't have a way to hit Skarmory super effectively. I'd have to pack either Hidden Power Fire to hit the Skarmory, or Hidden Power Electric, or whatever, or Hidden Power Rock, or Ground, or Water to hit the Arcanine. Now, when I ran the calcs, Specially Defensive Skarmory, Hyper Voice still does around 40 to 45% to a Specially Defensive Skarmory. So if I have, let's say, Stealth Rocks up, he switches in to try and take a Hyper Voice. 2 Hyper Voices still kill him, as long as he's not leftovers, which he might be. But we'll have to play that one by ear. Specs Hyper Voice can still 2-hit KO that guy, because I do not expect Assault Vest Skarmory, because it has way too many utility moves for it to effectively run an Assault Vest set. It needs things like Rocks, it needs Defog, it needs things like that. It can't go without it. Like, it can't. So I'm not expecting Assault Vest Skarmory. But Arcanine can be. Arcanine can be an Assault Vest set. It might not be, might just be Specially Defensive. And that's fine, because Specially Defensive, it can pack Morning Sun and Will-O-Wisp and all that jazz. But Hidden Power Rock hits the Arcanine. And I went with Hidden Power Rock over any others, because over something like HP Ground, because if I get the prediction wrong, if he switches in the Skarmory when I'm expecting the Arcanine or whatever, I don't want to be locked into a move that's immune on a Pokemon. Sure, Hidden Power Ground would be able to hit the Healer super effectively too, but it doesn't matter, because Hyper Voice does more than it anyway. So, main thing I'm going to be doing is clicking Hyper Voice. I want to see what his switch-in is to Sylveon. Now, of course, problem being, pretty much everything on his team outspeeds me. Aside from Dusknoir and Skarmory. That's what the speed investment on Sylveon is for. 96 in speed allows me to outspeed an uninvested Skarmory. In fact, I think I did a little bit more. In case he wants to get cheeky with Skarmory and put in like 1 or 2 EVs in speed, I've got enough speed to outspeed that. So 96 in speed. I've still got decent bulk investment with 160 in HP, and there is a lot on his team that can pack coverage to hit me. Stuff like Poison Jab on Garchomp, Iron Head Skarmory, Mega Gardevoir just hits hard anyway, Greninja with Gunk Shot, Heatless can still hit decently hard with Hyper Voice or Thunderbolt, Arcanine can be packing Iron Head, Mienshao with Poison Jab, Dusknoir, I don't know if Dusknoir gets anything, I have to look that up, but I'm hoping I can get it in on a free switch if something's choice locked, or if there's another thing that I'll come onto, and I can just kind of fire off big hits. Now I've got Baton Pass and Reflect. Baton Pass, if I know what his switch-in is, and I know I'm going to get stopped by it, I can just Baton Pass and go into someone else for a bit of momentum. And I have Reflect because I didn't really need anything else. Might as well try and set a Reflect, try and stop the Garchomp from doing things, try and stop the Skarmory. May change that to Light Screen, in fact. And then there's also Dusknoir and Mienshao as well to take care of. I think I might change that to Light Screen. If I get the time to do that before the match. Might change that to Light Screen. I highly, highly doubt I'll be going for it anyway, because I'm most likely just going to be going for a Hyper Voice. But, who knows, I might. If it comes down to Mega Gardevoir at the end, I can just go for a Light Screen, sack off the Sylveon, and then something on my team can take a hit they wouldn't have been able to do. So, yeah, that's Sylvie off the Sylveon, with the specs hopefully going to put in some damage on the team. Next mon is Fast Booker the Slowking, holding the Life Orb with Regenerator, Max HP, Foreign Defense, Max Special Attack, Modest Nature, Trick Room, Scold, Psyshock, and Hidden Power Electric. Trick Room Slowking. Like I said, his team is pretty damn quick. So I'm bringing Trick Room Slowking. It helps out with my entire squad, because, spoilers on my team by the way, I have no Scarfers, I have nothing that outspeeds his quick mons. So I'm not banking on Trick Room because my team is kinda bulky. I'm not banking on Trick Room whatsoever, but it's nice. It can really, really help out. It helps with everything, because basically everything on my team, aside from Dusknoir and Skarmory, everything on my team is going to be slower than everything else on his squad. So, that's going to be nice. And it can put in the hurt. Psyshock and Scald. Psyshock hits the Mienshao, Scald hits the Arcanine, and I just hit things very, very hard. I can Scald burn the Garchomp, Scald burn the Dusknoir, I can potentially Scald burn the Greninja, although I do have HP Electric to hit that as well. Also hits the Skarmory super effectively, but I mean, Scald does a similar amount anyway, and I may want to burn that Skarmory too. One thing I can't do too much against is Mega Gardevoir, so I'm going to have to try and play around that, but at the same time, Mega Gardevoir's proven to be a problem. Hopefully I can get Slowking in, I can set up a Trick Room, and I can fire off a couple of Scalds before I go down, but we'll have to play that one by ear as it is. Slowking can put in a lot of damage. Max Special Attack, Modest with a Life Orb, with Dual Stab, does a lot to his team, so I'm hoping potentially late game, this Slowking can come in, set up a Trick Room, and just kind of pick things off once things have been weakened. That is Fast Book of the Slowking. Next mon on the team is Gloria the Hippowdon, holding the Pasho Berry with Sand Force, Max HP, Max Defense, 4 in speed with an Impish Nature, Stealth Rock, Slack Off, Earthquake, and Ice Fang. Now, this Hippowdon, the reason it's holding a Pasho Berry is specifically to counter-meme him, because this Hippowdon is my guaranteed switch into Garchomp. Garchomp cannot do anything to this Hippowdon, but I'm expecting him to know that, and I'm expecting him to pack Surf on Garchomp. And that's specifically the reason I have the Pasho Berry on Hippowdon. Because if he wants to bring Surf and get cheeky with me, I will get cheeky right back. I will take the Surf and I will Ice Fang him in the face. Screw you, Garchomp. That is mainly what this Hippowdon is there for, to be a stop to Garchomp. But the only thing that can 2-hit KO physically defensive Hippowdon is Banded Outrage. And if he's Banded Outrage, I have a Sylveon. He can't lock himself into Outrage, because I can just switch straight into Sylveon, and then I can just Hyper Voice something. He can't risk that. So if he brings Banded Outrage and he goes for it, I'm absolutely fine with that, because I go into Sylveon, and I get huge damage off on something. So that's absolutely fine. I also have Stealth Rocks to try and wear down the team. I have Slack Off to get HP back. Like I said, if I'm going to need to switch in multiple times to try and stop that Garchomp, then I need to get HP back somehow. Earthquake is Stab, plus it does really well against his team. Hits the Heliolisk and the Arcanine, Greninja neutrally, Mega Gardevoir neutrally, Mienshao neutrally, Dusknoir neutrally. Only thing that's immune, Skarmory. I don't have much to deal with that thing, but I'm going to have to play around it. So that is Gloria the Hippowdon, there to set up rocks and to stop Garchomp. Next one on the team is Lobster the Shaman, holding the Leftovers with Natural Cure, Max HP, Max Special Defense, 4 in speed with a Calm Nature, Seed Flare, Synthesis, Leech Seed, and Healing Wish. This is my switch into Mega Gardevoir. If he's bringing the set I'm expecting, that one that I mentioned at the start, with a timid Mega Gardevoir with Hyper Voice and Psychic and HP Fire, he cannot 2-hit KO me. He cannot 2-hit KO especially defensive Shaman, especially after Leftovers. So that's good. And I can Synthesis up on him, which is cool. I can Seed Flare, which will break his Substitute regardless, even though I don't need investment for that, if he wants to bring Substitute. I can Leech Seed him, which would be great, again, getting Chip off on everything, so I can bring in Sylveon or Slowking, set up Trick Room on Slowking, or just come in with Sylveon and just hit things, and just clean everything up, because I kind of need that. Leech Seed is going to be really, really nice. I hope that Leech Seed is going to get me that HP back that I really, really need. And it's going to help me wear down the things that I need to. Healing Wish is in case Sylveon or Slowking get really worn down, and I need to get into them quick. Like I said, Slowking and Sylveon are hopefully going to be my late game things, and they're both slower than everything else on the team. So if I need them to take a hit, if I need to get them in late game, I need them to take a hit, so Slowking can get up a Trick Room and then I can sweep, I'm going to do it. That's what Healing Wish is for. Take a hit, Healing Wish up, get Slowking in, set up Trick Room, sweep everything up. That's what I want to do with Shaman. But yeah, that's the main thing it's for. Switch into Mega Gardevoir. I can also switch into Heliolisk really, really well. And I can Synthesis up, get Seed Flares off, maybe get the special defense drops and do a lot of damage. Leech Seed, get HP back, and Healing Wish into something I need to. So that is Lobster the Shaman, and the last mon on the team is Dolph Zingler the Weezing, holding the Black Sludge with Levitate, max HP, 28 in defense, 228 in special attack, with a Bold Nature, Pain Split, Will-O-Wisp, Flamethrower, and Sludge Bomb. Now, this Weezing, I needed something to I needed something to hit Mega Gardevoir super effectively, because right now I have nothing. On my entire squad, I have nothing that hits this guy super effectively. So I wanted Weezing with Sludge Bomb. Now, I get outsped by Mega Gardevoir. I know that. I know I get outsped by Mega Gardevoir. But I'm hoping I can predict around it, because if he sees a Sludge Bomb coming, he might switch into Skarmory and I can go for a Flamethrower. If he doesn't want to take another Flamethrower, he could switch into something like Arcanine, but he might not want to risk the poison, so he might go into like Garchomp, or might go into Mega Gardevoir. If he goes into Mega Gardevoir, and I predict that I can get off a big Sludge Bomb against him, because 228 in special attack is a nice amount of investment, I get some nice damage off. Flamethrower does a huge chunk to Skarmory. I'm expecting specially defensive Skarmory, but it still does a really, really nice chunk. Will-O-Wisp is going to be great for things like Garchomp, and Skarmory, and Greninja, and Mienshao, and Dusknoir. I want to burn all of them. Weezing can switch into Mienshao pretty decently, which is great. There was no point in me running speed investment on this guy because the way the speed tiers work. I could have run enough speed to outspeed Skarmory, but I didn't feel like it because Flamethrower, it's not like, if he roosts on me, it's not like Flamethrower doesn't do just as much, so, It's not like it's an electric attack and I need to outspeed it before he roosts or something like that. Sludge Bomb is good stab, I can maybe get the poisons, and it's something super effective for Mega Gardevoir if I can predict the switch. I don't think I can take a Psychic, even though I am max HP. I don't think I can take a Psychic from Mega Gardevoir because it's just too powerful. But maybe I can Pain Split and get more chip damage off on things as well. I'll have to see. But yeah, main point of Weezing is the stop to Mienshao. It's nice physically, even though it's only 28 in defense. It's still a Bold Nature, and it is got really nice special attack investment as well, so I can hit back relatively hard as well, which is great. So that's the team, and I have 4 bulky mons to deal with this. 4 bulky mons and then 2 hard hitters in Sylveon and Slowking. That's basically it. All I want, chip damage with everything. Ampharos has Toxic, Hippowdon has those rocks, Shaman has the Leech Seed, and Weezing has the Will-O-Wisp and potentially the Sludge Bomb poisons, Pain Split, things like that. All I want to do, get chip damage off on everything, and then late game either bring in Sylveon, bring in Slowking, Trick Room it up, sweep everything. That's what I want to do. That's my game plan going into this. It's going to be tough, because his team is really good, really powerful, and it's quick. But I'll try my best. I'll see what I can do. So, that's the team. Hope you guys are looking forward to this match. Links are down below in the description to Jordinez. Make sure to go check him out. Like I said, he's an amazing guy, so please do go show him some love. Links also down in the description to the PPL channel. Make sure to go check out the analysis work over there. Thank you to whoever has joined my team for this week. I don't know just yet, but whoever has joined my team, their links will be down in the description below as well. And thank you to Titos for making thumbnails for the entire PPL for the season. You are an absolute beast, my friend. So please go down in the description, check all those links, and hopefully, if all goes to plan, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the match. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Toodaloo.